Hello everyone, Jaime Montilla here, and in this video I'm going to continue with the Vibe coding sessions. I'm just going to show you what I'm working on. I'm going to be creating more videos related to Vibe coding and just creating applications using Cursor AI. And then I'm going to sprinkle some other content there too. But I wanted to continue with this application here. So just a recap of the last video, which was this one here. I walk you through how to deploy an application from having it in your local host to deploying it on Vercel. I've been doing some other research and I've been learning a lot throughout time, but I just wanted to show you what I started. So for this specific section here, what this video does is just pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I'm just going to drop a file and then it's going to analyze it. And I want to continue to create videos just to show you what I'm going to do with each section, the tools that I'm using, how I'm doing it. I don't want to keep these too long, so I just want to go straight to the point. But for this specific section, the audio transcription analysis, you can actually upload an MP3. The MP3 file, it is transcribed, and it is analyzed into different sections. I will show you that in a minute. And then I'm going to go here on the breakdown to show you pretty much the data of that specific video in my next videos, and I'll tell that in a minute. It's going to be related to transcribing the information to repurpose it for more content, right? So if you just give it another, 20 to 30 seconds here, you're going to see the output. And again, that's part of my videos. Again, I know that waiting is probably not the best thing here, but I don't want to just edit stuff, not experiencing what it really takes, right? So in the meantime, I'm going to step here real quick. I'm going to make my head smaller. And this is what I started doing today. Let me see if I can get back to my session today and tell you exactly what I started. And it took me just a few prompts to get me to where I'm at right now. Okay. So click on Analyze Video, Update button. I'm going to show you the first prompt for today. Actually, this wasn't it. So just give me a second. One second. Ready to Apify. So here. My first request was here. So I'm going to read that in a minute. I'm going to show you the output here first. So you have the transcript. This is me. It's going to show you the transcript. It's going to analyze the content. It's going to tell you the sentiment or the feeling throughout the transcript, energy, passion, and so forth. It identifies the themes, whether it's app development, sales role, this says byte coding is byte coding. Maybe my accent is picking that up because of my accent, but that's not a big deal. You could always copy paste and modify it. It gives you the graph of the emotional tonality within the transcript, and then powerful quotes or quotes related to the transcript that I from the actual MP3. And here's story structure options, overcoming challenges in complex code, and how I discuss complexity and constraints, traditional coding, and then the solution, introducing to Vibe coding as a solution, and demonstrates it's applicable on deploying challenges. So this should be Vibe, but again, it's probably my accent, which it's not a big deal. I came here when I was 17. I still have that strong accent, but I'm able to speak English and express myself, which is what matters. Now, going back to the code here. So today I started and I said, hey, great day. I want to make some changes to the breakdown tool. and I want to use Apify to scrape YouTube data, please review the Apify text. And the Apify text is actually some of the content that I gave it. So it has the input JSON, it has the client API, and it has the output on how it should look. That way, whenever it's looking at the JSON, it knows what type of attributes and what type of values are coming through. That way, whenever the code is being written, it knows how to map the data, okay? So please implement the logic to scrape the YouTube video and break down. And this is another thing, like even if you do typos, AI knows what you mean. To scrape the YouTube video and break down all of the necessary information for the user. Ask me any questions if there's any implementation doubts. It gives you the information. It asks me questions. I responded here, output relevant, title, description, stats, etc. And for now, we just do the URL search because it asks me if we can search. We can search by terms or we can search by the URL. In this case, I just want to focus on the URL. And it just started doing its thing. It installed the Apify client, which you will see that on the JSON on the package JSON, which has all the dependencies. And it should be somewhere here. So the Apify client. And then it started doing its things. Do we need an API? Yes, of course. And then you have to put in the API in the .env file, the next steps, update button. So I told it to update the button. So before I had the analyze audio, now it has analyze video. Clicking on the analyze video doesn't work, so it actually does the implementation. And again, this is all English. This is just me. I don't need to write a line of code. Imagine how many thousands of lines there is here. So the point that I want to make here is you are now 10 times better due to AI, right? Like you are being amplified. If you get to use AI, you're going to be amplified 10x. So I wanted to also introduce a group or a community. It's called AI Amplified. And I'll put the link on the description where you can actually join. I have a course, a tutorial or a course for you to be able to do the same thing that I'm doing using OpenAI, Claude, using Cursor to be able to create your own apps and own ideas, right? Sometimes we have limiting beliefs and we think that we need to learn how to code and we need to go to school and all this stuff. But now the way that I see it is like you can build and then you can learn, right? Because then all this stuff I can actually ask AI and be like, hey, I need to explain this to me, and you're going to be learning as you're doing instead of just waiting and not doing anything for your life, right? So I just want to encourage you to take action. And this is, again, the code. This is probably boring stuff here, but I just wanted to show you that this is all I'm doing, like 1, 2 line, 2 sentences, and it's creating all these amount of code, right? All this amount of information. I didn't write any of this. All I did is just gave ideas, broke down what I wanted to accomplish, and that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you Apify. Apify is more of it's an API marketplace, and an API is more of a middleman between the user and a data set in order for you to be able to fetch data or to get data. Okay, that's all we're doing. So I'm using the YouTube scraper on Apify. They have a very generous $5 credit. And as you can see, all the testing that I've done today, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I've only spent 6 cents, right? So I'm just going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you what it's going to do when I trigger the action. So I'm just going to go here to actors. This one is going to be triggered. So I'm just going to come here. I'm going to take one of my videos first, and then I can take another video of somebody else that has more data. But this video here is the one that I'm going to utilize. I'm going back to breakdown. I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to click on analyze, and I may need to have a spinner here, something visual that is going to tell the user, hey, I'm still working. But again, that's all part of the things that I have to do. I could probably do it in this video just to make sure you know what I'm doing. Okay. So as you can see here, it is running. And as you can see here in the runs, it already returned the information. So if I go back to my, okay, so maybe that's an issue. I probably have to refresh here, paste it again, and just wait. I'm just gonna do it on a separate window. So it has started the crawler. It's just gonna take, you see here, it's like 13 seconds, so it's going to return the information. Like you see, it already returned it. So as you can see, it has my thumbnail, it has the channel information, it has the amount of views, the amount of likes, the duration, the upload date, it has the hashtags, it has the description, it has the subtitles, and it has the URL that I posted, right? What I wanted to do next with this information, I want to be able to get the transcript and then repurpose content for other platforms, which is probably going to be the next video. But I wanted to get another video here. So if you say Alex Hermosi, it's going to take, I don't know.
You guys want to hear something completely insane? Yes?
Stop this here.
I've been in business 13 years. I've sold 9 companies.
Pause this here. Get the URL. And let's make sure that this works. So let's click on Analyze Video. And we're probably going to have to wait, 10, 15 seconds. And then it's going to do the output. That's it. I mean, it's 10 minutes. Actually, I wanted to make some changes. So again, you have the thumbnail. You have the information. This guy has 3 million subscribers, 55,000 likes, 2.5 million views. Again, you can actually use this to analyze your competition. I can actually add other pages to do that. But for this specific section, what I wanted to do for you guys is to show you that I just want to add on a spinner, something that is a visual, like a visual cue that tells me, hey, this is working, right? Right now, we just see the button being disabled and that's it. But I don't see any any loader or anything like that. So I just want to tell it and say, thank you. Again, this is plain English. I'm not going to do anything besides write in English. So thank you. Could you please a spinner, progress bar, or some sort of visual cue that tells the user that video analysis is underway. Okay, let's see what it does. I'll add a loading spinner to the progress bar to provide better visual feedback during the video analysis. I'll use the React Spinner library for the spinner and create a custom progress bar. You see? And even learning about this stuff is going to use the React Spinner. Who knew about the React Spinner? If you're new to coding or new to React or new to just this thing in general, this is something that you're going to learn, and then you can ask it and be like, hey, okay, what do you do for this specific section? Explain the code, and it'll actually do that for you. So again, look, this is crazy. I don't even know how many lines of code. So here's 10, 20 lines of code. There may be some errors. It's going to install a dependency of the React Spinner, which is doing it. It's giving me an error, which is no big deal. It's going to fix it on its own. And again, I have it here on an agent mode. An agent mode, it does that, right? It actually goes through the process, analyze whatever it needs to be analyzed, and then fixes things when they're broken. Not 100% of the time, but sometimes you just have to prompt it and tell it to continue and things like that. But agent mode is actually more of an autopilot. Do the thing and let me know, right? So I'm going to get the video again. Seems like it's done. All I have to do is accept. We can actually read, I made several improvements to provide better visual feedback using this. Added loading state, enhanced button. I don't want to read through all these, but just the highlights. Enhanced button states, progress tracking, visual improvements, user experience. So I'm just going to accept that. And then I'm just going to, so right now this is a good thing. There's no URL, so this is the state of this button is disabled. When I add URL, now it's enabled. And now, as you can see, this is analyzing video content. It has the spinner, you have these dots moving, analyzing the data. I don't know if it's going to give me the 100%, but at least, it's showing a visual cue that I know something is happening behind the scenes. And that's it. I'm pretty satisfied with that. We got the same results. And again, the next video, I'm going to actually take this information and I'm going to repurpose the content for, other social media platforms. Could be Facebook, could be Twitter or X, could be Instagram, could be something else. But I want to build something that is not only going to help me, right? The idea is for you to start solving problems that, you're going through in a sense. But if you can actually do these, if you solve your problem, that means that somebody else has it, and maybe these would be of service for somebody else, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. If you want me to build something else or add certain things to this specific application, let me know as well. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Thank you.